Start with Ted. Thank you so much for being here. It's really been wonderful to have you part of Neogenix Oncology, and I'm going to turn the podium over to you for just a couple of minutes.
18 years ago, there was a third-party candidate for president, Ross Perot, and he chose as his running mate for vice president a retired admiral, a very brave man who had been a prisoner of war. And the admiral, knowing that he was a bit out of his element, began his statement in the vice presidential debate by saying, "Who am I? What am I doing here?" That caused a lot of people to laugh, but they were actually quite valid questions, and the same questions apply to me when I stand up here. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor. I, in a sense, represent everybody outside this room for whom all of you are working. I am in awe to be with such great minds. I'm a little bit like the American tourist in Berlin who went to a nightclub and there was a comedian and everybody around him was laughing. He was laughing and people said, "How can you laugh? You don't understand a single word he's saying." He said, "No, but I like to be with people who laugh." I like to be with people who think. All of you are thinkers. All of you have vast stores of knowledge. A long time ago, I think it was Bacon who said, "Knowledge is power," a line that's been translated into Latin many times. That was the kind of person in ancient history whom my old boss, John F. Kennedy, liked to quote. In fact, he quoted Pericles and Sophocles and so many other ancient Greeks that one politician said to me, "Is that an attempt to win the Greek-American vote?" I said, "No, he just happens to admire great thoughts from great thinkers." And one of those that he quoted most often was the ancient Greek mathematician and scientist Archimedes, who developed the concept of the lever by which anything could be moved. And no matter how large the boulder in the road was, the right lever could move it out of the way. And Archimedes once said, and Kennedy was fond of quoting, "Give me a lever and the right place to stand, and I can move the world." Neogenix is your lever and your right place to stand. And I think all of you are going to move the world, for which I thank you.